This is Witchbase News for Friday the 16th of January 2026. I'm Commander Burr. In Elite Dangerous news this week, the deadline to grab a pre-engineered cargo rack is fast approaching. There's a win for Elite Dangerous in the 2025 Spacedock Awards, and Elite's successful climbback continues as FDEV's new CEO reports to the stock market. If you enjoy our videos, consider subscribing to the channel and remember to ding the little bell to make sure you see all our content and community posts. And if you'd like to help support our channel, links to our Patreon and everything else are in the description below. We start this week with a timely reminder that the current community goal is ending unusually this Sunday the 18th of January, 2 days from now as I speak these words. The CG is timing in with the launch of the Distant Worlds expedition and is rewarding a Class 5 pre-engineered cargo rack to those inside the top 75% of participants in the goal. A regular Class 5 cargo rack will get you 32 tonnes of cargo. The pre-engineered version, which we're assuming uses some sort of efficiency algorithm scraped from Tetris or IKEA, will net you an extra 34.4% at 43 tonnes, and as things stand this is an efficiency gain that you can't currently engineer into cargo racks yourself. As of this video, CG rewards are the only way to bag them. Again, as of this recording, you'll need to shift between 6,000 to 11,000 tonnes of goods to the waiting construction vessel in the Al Rai system in order to qualify. As we mentioned last week, the CG is paying over the odds for the goods shipped, so there is also some decent bank to be had for your efforts. All in all, nothing to be sniffed at. The Spacedock YouTube channel that has a particular focus on spaceship designs released their Spaceship Awards 2025 video this week. The channel features spaceship designs and discussions from across multiple media types and genres, and the Spaceship Awards from 2025 are a reflection on that, featuring entries from such luminaries as Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars and Star Trek. Elite Dangerous however was also a recipient of one of their awards, the first one out of the gate on the video in fact, which you'll find linked below. Our favourite space game picked up the award for the best evolution of a classic design for the Cobra Mark V, which was released in early access in December 2024 and became available free in the game the following April. In the video, the Cobra Mark V is lauded, rightly so, for taking the original and iconic Cobra Mark III wedge shape and really bringing it into the next generation of Elite Dangerous ships, with particular attention being given to its sleek, swept bat-like wings. As the game's only current 3-seater small class ship, the tiny footprint, huge open fronted glass cockpit and blistering speed has made it my own personal settlement raiding ship, replacing my own aging Cobra Mark III as soon as it was released, and so I was particularly pleased to see it getting the recognition it deserves from such a prestigious channel. Interestingly, the host also made mention that they returned to the game in the last 12 months after an extended absence following the leaner years for new content around 2018, and they were very pleased to see the game now in a better place with lots of new free content and, of course, new starships. A sentiment that we're seeing widely reflected from a number of sources these days. It's always fascinating and in times gone by somewhat nerve-wracking to review and take stock of FDEVs Financial performance and, perhaps obviously, in the performance and perception within the company itself towards our favourite space game, the genre-defining Elite Dangerous. This week was no exception in that regard, as Frontier Developments released their half-year financial results to the London stock market, and the headline takeaway is quite clear. The company is in its best financial shape in years, and they are confident of a consistent return to profitability with very healthy cash reserves in the bank. The creative management simulation genre is Frontier's main financial engine and very much their comfortable wheelhouse, and with good reason. They're exceedingly good at that stuff and it's performing very well for them, but importantly Elite Dangerous has also seen a standout performance in this period, which is becoming somewhat of a habit and is very much in line with the complete 180-degree turnaround that the game introduced into its own fortunes at the start of 2024. In the results, which you'll find linked in the description below, the ever evolving Elite Dangerous reported another excellent revenue growth of over 50% compared to this time last year. Anyone who's been with the game for any length of time, particularly through the difficult post-Odyssey years, will know already that this growth continues to be driven by the successful rollout of new paid early access ships and, most recently, a starport. Also, importantly, multiple new free content updates are driving that all-important sustained player engagement in the game. We've often referred to the period since 2024's turnaround as Elite's Renaissance period, and that renaissance is very clearly continuing, which is obviously good to see. The other important takeaway from these financial results is this is the first time the accompanying results presentation has been fronted by Frontier's new CEO, Joe Cook, who replaced the outgoing Johnny Watts on the 1st of January. In the years prior to the 2024 turnaround, we'd had entire financial presentations from FDEV where Elite Dangerous didn't get a mention at all. It's nice to be able to report that not only is our beloved space game getting entries on the various graphs and slides, but it's once again being spoken about in detail and in positive terms by the company's Chief Financial Officer and CEO. The former noted that even though the game has a relatively small development team and Elite's revenue only contributes 6% of the total Frontier pie, CFO Alex Bevis called its contribution to the company's overall profit pretty mighty, whilst also mentioning that the game's brand status is equally important to the Cambridge-based development and publishing house. He then stated that the ship monetization has proved to be a big hit and that they were really pleased to see that performance. The slide on screen now shows Elite's profit and you can clearly see when new ships were introduced. CEO Joe Cook noted that she originally joined the company because of Elite Dangerous. This week she emphasised that the game is well positioned for the future and said it's a great brand and that there's a lot of brand equity that they can continue to take advantage of. Given the title's previous challenges, this is a reassuring sentiment coming from Frontier's newly appointed CEO. Joe also made a point of saying that December was a record-breaking month for ARX sales in Elite Dangerous. This is almost certainly being driven by a number of factors rather than any one thing, but in December the Caspian Explorer and Dodec Starport entered early access, the ever popular chrome and gold paint jobs came onto the store again, and there were wider discounts across most of the ARX store throughout December. During the presentation, Joe in particular kept returning to the importance of listening to the player base across all their games, noting what they like and what they don't like about a given game. She also made a point of saying that Frontier was looking to improve its communication and sharing of information between its various development teams and departments, something that can only help to further oil the cogs of their business and lift the company's performance overall. Generally, the whole vibe that came off of the presentation was upbeat, forward-looking and genuinely positive. The sheer fact that Elite Dangerous is now once again an acknowledged, definitive and solid part of Frontier's portfolio is something which both long-term and newer players of the game can take great comfort from. With a new lead at the top of the company and a couple of years of newly re-established success behind it, these financial results were always going to be an interesting show and tell. Having now seen and taken the temperature of how the new CEO feels about Elite Dangerous, we can't wait to see what the company's expected announcements in February have to say about the year ahead for the game. Will you be heading out on Distant Worlds 3? Are you a new player or have you recently returned to the game after an extended break? And what would you like to see from Frontier in the year ahead? Let us know in the comments below. That's it for now. Thanks very much for watching. We'll be back later this week with more videos. Until then, 07 Commanders, follow the greens on the way out and do keep clear of the toast rack. We very much look forward to seeing you next time.